Good morning, everyone. This is Priyanka Singh, Academic Head at Career Launcher LST Raipur. And today's session is focused on understanding how the online exams would work. Because this year, because of COVID-19, all the law entrance exams, even those who were offline, have changed them to online, and most of them are being conducted in the RPT format, which is remote proctor test format. And one major exam, which is CLAT, it is conducted online at the test center. So in this session, I'll brief you about what is the difference between these two modes of the online exam, as well as what are the major updates about these exams. Okay, so let's begin with today's session. So first, what exactly is the online remote proctored exam? See, this is an exam which you write within sitting at your home. You don't have to visit a test center. Okay, this you need to go into a separate room. There should be no one around you, and there are a couple of logistics things that you need to ensure. There's a certain technical requirement that you need to fulfill. For example, your machine, the desktop or the laptop that you're using should have a camera. Okay, because you're being continuously monitored. Okay, and you should have a stable internet connection so that the exam runs smoothly throughout the duration. So these are a couple of checks that you need to do before you start writing your online exam. Okay, so how this process happens, you will be given a time slot that your exam is at such and such time. You will log in to write your online exam using secured browser. I'll explain further what exactly is a secured browser. Then the candidate has to, the camera should be on. The candidate has to show his or her identity card, carrying that in the hand next to their face, and the webcam will click up pic. Okay, and then there's a certain software and algorithm which matches. In all the exams, you, if you recall, you have uploaded a pic of yours, so that is in their database. Okay, so your pic that is already being stored with them, and the picture that has been clicked by the camera just now along with your identity card would be matched. And once this identity is confirmed, yes, that the same person who has filled up the exam form is sitting in front of the desk. Once that check is happened, then your online exam would start. If that check is not being met, if the you fail to qualify this thing, identity confirmation, then the test will not start. And once the test starts, your PC is connected to a cloud server. Okay, and then your exam screen starts appearing on your monitor, and also through the camera you're being continuously recorded. Your movements and all, everything has been continuously being recorded. Okay, there are a couple of technical terminology which I wanted to throw light upon. Example, facial recognition, which I've just explained you. Second thing is secure browser. Now, what exactly is secure browser? Secure browser means that, when you're writing the exam, apart from the exam screen, you cannot open any other tab on the browser. If you try and attempt, let's say you want to find answers to any GK questions on Google, and if you try and attempt opening up google.com, that activity is recorded, and if you do, multiple times, an alert would be generated to the invigilators, and your exam may be stopped. Okay, this is the so secure browser refrains you or restricts you from opening any other browser window while you're giving your online exam. So that's one. Then there, since you're being continuously monitored, there's a live streaming of all your movements that are being streamed to the invigilators side. There are artificial algorithms, lot of algorithms and softwares which are checking the the sound inside the room. The audio is also recorded, and I think the first thing that is being mentioned in the online exam thing is that there should be no one else in the room apart from the examinee. So there should be no one else who's if they detect any kind of sound that you're talking to someone, also they might cancel your exam. So they can also initiate live chat during the exam. through your live recording, your all your facial movements. If you're looking left or right, you're looking, here and there. So anything that can just even, remotely give an idea that the test is not conducted in a fair manner, they can terminate your exam. Okay. So there are a lot of queries that we have been getting, how fair this mode of online exams are going to be. So let me tell you, this is going to be really fair, because there are a lot of advanced technologies where it's difficult to beat the or to go around the other way. The best thing the right now is that focus on the technical specifications, technical requirements that you need to meet in order to write these exams. If you don't have a laptop with a camera, arrange it from a friend. Ensure that you have a stable bandwidth during the exam duration. There should be no power cuts, and also the focus on these area and focus on the preparation. And these exams, let these exams be run in a smooth manner, rather than figuring out, can we do that, can we do that. Let's not do that. Let's only focus on the exam, focus on the prep part, and write it in a fair manner. Okay. Secondly, I said that my part, the second part of my presentation is updating you about the major exams. So CLAT 2020 has finally given us a date, is 22nd August 2020. And the mode, it is an online exam, but you need to go to a designated test center, which will be allotted to by the consortium. Okay. So you are not going to write CLAT 2020 at home. Rather, you will go to a test center, and 10 July is the last date to apply for CLAT 2020. Earlier, when CLAT form was released, the number of test centers was 67. Now, because of Corona and the COVID-19, there's a lot of traveling, people cannot travel that much. So they have increased test cities to 207, so that just the candidates have to travel as less as possible. And they're still saying, if needed, we might increase the test center. Okay. So, and even the CLAT authorities have given you a chance, if you want to completely withdraw from the writing the paper, you can do so, but that has to be done till 10 July. And also, since the number of test centers have increased, you can change the order of preference for your test centers. So I strongly recommend that log into your CLAT account today, at the consortium of nlus.ac.in. Confirm your participation if you want to write CLAT 2020, or you can also give your SN for if you want to withdraw. And also you have to update your test centers, but this all has to be done till 10th July. Okay. There are a couple of initiatives which are taken by CLAT consortium. On 7 July, the Honorable VC of NLS Bangalore, Professor Sudhir Krishnaswamy, has taken a session, a YouTube live session, addressing quite a lot of queries from the students. And consortium itself is doing a mock test on 15 July and 22nd July that will help you understand the interface, that how the screen would look like, how the questions would be there. You need to get familiar with there would be a lot of students who have not given any online exam so far. So this opportunity can serve as to you will get familiar with the interface. And there's been again queries about where do we do the rough work. So let me tell you, in any online exam, the rough sheets are provided at the test center, and you do all your rough work on them, and they are being taken back by them. So you don't need to carry the rough sheets. Okay. And he's also mentioned that what all is allowed inside the hall, what is allowed and what is not allowed, they will be briefing you in couple of days from now, that whether you have to wear a mask, whether you can carry your pen and pencil, or calculators would be allowed. Whatever is allowed or not allowed the exam center, there will be further updates on that, so we'll have to wait for that. Okay. And so another chance for you to experience an CLAT level career launcher has organized All India Open Mock CLAT on 11th of July. So you have to go and register. The people, those who are already career launcher LST student, they don't need to register. The test would be available in their aspiration accounts. But you have to make sure that you're writing on 11th July so that you can have you get a fair analysis and realistic, realistic understanding of where you stand on the nationwide competition level. What further things that can help you right now? The LST aspiration account has a section called Test Gym where you will get, you get access to around 5,000 additional topic test questions, and there are sectional tests as well. Okay, then we have 30 mock clats on new pattern. Okay, and there are 5 flexi mocks on new pattern. So effectively you have 35 mock clats on the updated clat pattern. So you have lot to practice there. Then for GK, the GK has changed drastically. Now you don't have to cover a one-liner data. Rather, whenever you read a piece of news, you need to go into the depth of that. So there's Manthan 2.0, where a lot of events have been analyzed in details and their documents have been uploaded. If you want to go further and you want more events analysis, you can always go for Explore LST GK capsule. So where you have the weekly quizzes, the monthly quizzes, you have 250 question and answer for every month. So all you have, everything is ready. All you have to make sure that you're, going through it. And since all the exams are online, and the most worry area for a student is that how do we do RCs in the online mode. So you have to shift your entire online your practice to the online mode. So either if you were doing RCs in the offline mode and you have the habit of underlining, with online this cannot happen. So you have to shift your practice of attempting RCs or critical reasoning or DI or GK to the online mode. So that's one major shift here that you need to make. Coming to SLAT, finally SLAT has given us the dates. These are the major dates that the infrastructure readiness check would be done between 9 July to 17 July. You can book your test slot between 14th and 17th because SLAT is going to be conducted with over a period of 3 days, 26 to 28 July. The dry run check, they would definitely conduct a mock between 21st to 24th July, just to understand whether students are able, and also that would give a chance if any student is encountering any technical problem. Okay, and final exams are going to be between 26 to 28 July, morning 9:30 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. and the results would be declared on 7th August. And SLAT structure has changed a lot. So now it's a 75 question paper. 75 questions would be there, which needs to be completed in 75 minutes. And then you would be given 30 minutes to write VAT. Now, what is VAT? VAT is a written ability test. Basically, it's a essay thing it's a subjective essay that you need to write in 30 minutes of time. So what you can do to prepare effectively for SLAT, there are 5 SLAT mocks which are on the new pattern which are already uploaded, and 2 more are will be uploaded in coming maybe 10 days kind of a time. VAT, as I said, is it's an essay. Normally the topic is current affairs or the current legal news, like Uniform Civil Code, euthanasia, triple talaq, Article 370. So whatever the or whatever, maybe the Russia referendum, or the LAC border issue we had recently with Nepal, and then we had with China. So it could be any topic broadly which is known to a lot of people, because they would want to check how are your written English skills. Can you put your thoughts in a pen and paper in an effective manner? So to practice for this, what you need to do is to make sure that you're picking up a topic and writing an essay on it for roughly about around 400 words. Now, the major thing is that let's not forget, you need to write this essay on a computer, and most of us would not have the very effective typing speed on a PC. Okay, because we are not used to type on a computer. So starting from today till the time you have paper, you have to make sure that you're picking up a topic every day and writing 400 to 500 words kind of a essay, but in the digital format, so that your typing speed might improve uh, through the day when you're writing this thing. That's a very important thing. Make sure you do that. Okay. And SLAT also asks couple of static GK. So go back to your module 1 general knowledge book. It has covered static GK in very brief. Just give it a reading so that your entire static GK would be revised. Also remember that will be evaluated only if you're shortlisted for the second round. It will not be evaluated if you don't clear the cutoffs for the program that you have applied for. Also there's confusion, on in the minds of students that we have applied for SLAT at 1750 and we are done. No, 1750 is only the fee for SLAT exam. There are 4 campuses of Symbiosis Law School. Each campus has 2 different programs, BLLB and BBLLB, and you can apply to all 8 of them, or you can apply to, it's your choice. But point is that if you want yourself to be considered in any particular program, you have to apply for that. If you have not applied for that, even if you clear cutoff, you will not be called for the PI. And that's I've seen students getting confused over that. They get good marks in SLAT, but then they have not applied for any of the programs, so their effort is being wasted. That's again and again I'm saying, each of the program you need to apply at the rate of kind of 1,000 rupees. So there are 8 different programs within a campus. You can apply for both the programs. So you have to check which program, which campus you want to apply for. So just keep that thing in mind. LSAT, LSAT India is finally going to be conducted from 19 July to 22nd July. And it's the first remote proctor test to be happening this year. And if you have missed the deadline for SLAT and IELTS because their last dates are already over, and you have not applied for them, and you want to experience an exam in the online format before CLAT, the only thing left for right now to apply is LSAT, because the last date to apply is 10 July. LSAT is again AI enabled remote proctored online exam. The website is discoverlaw.in. It's going to be conducted over a period of 4 days in 3 different time slots. They have started giving the time slots. Couple of students have started receiving the emails as well. Okay, so a couple of details. LSAT announced a variable section this year, but now they have changed. So exam duration is 2 hours 20 minutes. It's in English only, objective type. There are 4 sections which checks your knowledge on 3 different subjects. I'll just explain the next slide. Total questions is 92, and your score would be scaled on a band of 420 to 480 band. Okay. So this is the exam structure of LSAT. Analytical reasoning, 23 questions, 35 minutes. Then there are 2 sections which check your skills in logical reasoning 1, logical reasoning 2. This is primarily verbal logic or critical reasoning. Okay, LSAT is extensively about reading and comprehension. And then RC, 24 questions. That makes it a total of 92 questions, which needs to be completed in 2 hours 20 minutes. And they announced a variable section, but now that the paper shifted to online mode, that has been scrapped off. So that's about LSAT. You can still apply to LSAT till 10th July. And in case you want a experience of an online exam before CLAT, you can consider LSAT. IELTS 2020 exam date has been announced at 18th August 2020. Again, exam mode is remote proctored online at home. Timing also they have mentioned 11 to 12:30 p.m. And this year IELTS is going to be conducted by NTA, National Testing Agency. And then they have announced that they will be conducting 2 webinars and 1 mock IELTS in order to make the students familiarize with this format. Okay, and also that will give them an opportunity to do the technical checking up before the exam. So IELTS is again at home. So out of the 4 major exams, CLAT is online, conducted at center, whereas IELTS, LSAT, SLAT, they're conducted online within at your home. So a lot of the onus lies on you to ensure the technical, the minimum technical requirement. As I said, the camera, the bandwidth, the machine, and don't think of using any kind of unfair means, because there are they would be, these are quite advanced technologies, and it's very difficult to use any kind of unfair means. So that's all for today. Hope you find this session useful. And since because of COVID situation, you guys cannot meet up, and you cannot do the group studies there. And we know Zoom, Google Meet, and Microsoft Teams, there are a lot of innovative platforms, so would suggest do your group studies on these platforms. Make your sessions, create a shorter groups, define the agenda of the session beforehand, prepare, and then go on that. It's like you are sitting in a class and doing group discussion. The difference would be here, now you would be sitting at your respective homes, coming on together on a virtual platform and doing the group studies. Just try this. The couple of our students have tried it, and feedback is really great. So thank you all. Thank you for today. Thank you for uh, giving us your time. And for in case of any query, you can mail us at raipur.cl@careerlauncher.com, or you can call us at 98267 or 98261 That's all for today. Thank you. Thanks a lot. All the best for your upcoming exams.